Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Micah Let's Play, and guess who I am? I'm Micah, because who else would I be? Other than the true heir of Slytherin, which you all are very well versed in. I don't need to give you another history lesson, because at some point it just gets redundant, you know what I mean? So today, guys, I am recording live the showcase that's about to drop right now with Ben Snow, Chandler Wood, and of course Alan Tew, and another young lady who they're bringing in, which I'm really excited to meet as well. So oh my god, I'm really excited for this, guys, and I really can't wait to see what's in store. They said it's gonna be, you know, broom flight and traversal. We're gonna have advanced combat, and we get to get a an interjection to the room of requirements. So it sounds like we're gonna have a really cool and detailed experience this go around, which I'm really excited about, and we'll be able to see all of those mysterious buttons I talked about yesterday when I delivered the news on this showcase. Now there is some bad news, which those of you should probably already know. The game has been held up again, only for PlayStation 4 owners, Xbox One owners, and Nintendo Switch actually finally got their release date. So on April 4th, on PS4 as well as Xbox One, the game will finally be coming out. And on July 25th, 5 days after my birthday, it'll be available on the Switch. So if you have a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series S, you're in the clear because the game will still drop on its normal release date, which makes me sad because I have a PS4, and as we speak, I have been hunting for a PS5 because I really want to play this game on day one when it comes out on February 10th, even though if I pre-order it now, it'll come out on February 7th, and I want to get all the fun bells and whistles that I already paid for with the PS4. So it really sucks for me personally because I'm really excited for this game. I've been covering a lot of stuff for this game, and to know that it's being delayed again, it really sucks. But again, there's an upside to it because again, when it comes out on the PS4, that means that PS4 console owners will have a better product, because if it's not compatible now, you'll be facing a lot of glitches and errors, and you don't want to deal with that. And they already said the game is basically golden for PS5 and Xbox Series S. So I think it might be well worth the investment to go ahead and just get a PS5. I'm speaking for myself. But yeah, so that's kind of like the news that's kind of floating around right now outside of the showcase. But yeah, I hope this one is good because the one with Expecto Go was absolutely amazing. So yeah. And for some reason, my computer kind of glitched for a second. So if you see a little thing happen, I don't know what was going on with the internet. Oh man, but anywho, now we're down to 10 seconds. So I can't wait. So I'm excited to see what they're gonna do this go around. And I am watching this on 2 screens again. So I'm seeing it here on my PC and on my TV. Oh, they started it the same way. That's so cool. Platform 9 3/4. Like this is so cool. I like that they kept it the same way. So that means they're gonna do another one in the future. I love this. I think this is so cool. I'm so here for this. Ooh. It's about to get started, guys. Again, the Slytherins have the best entrance. I'm sorry. That's just what it is. Oh, my goodness.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Hogwarts Legacy Gameplay Showcase.
Chandler.
I'm Chandler Wood, Community Manager here at Avalanche Software, and I'm honored to introduce you to our panel today. First up, we have community guest host, Ben Snow.
Oh my god, I can't believe this is happening. Thank you so much for having me.
And from
so
the Avalanche
excited.
team, we have Game Director Alan Tew.
Hello, everybody.
And Systems Designer Mekenzy Toner.
Hi.
And finally,
She's
just
so cute.
off-screen
Hi.
capturing gameplay for us, Andrew Coram.
I love Andrew.
Today, we'll be giving you a taste of the open world via broom flight, a deeper look at combat using the Dark Arts Battle Arena,
Okay.
and a look at your personalizable home within Hogwarts, the Room of Requirement, where we may even see some beasts.
I I love it.
And we're starting right where we left off in our last gameplay showcase, just outside
outfit.
Hogwarts, which
Yes.
I love that you can walk out of the castle after walking through everything, and then just come out here and take off on your broom out into the open world.
Look at that.
And Alan, I know that's something that you particularly like about Hogwarts Legacy too.
Yeah,
listen
I'm a
to the
big fan of
background.
just being able to hop on the broom and go anywhere. There's something about kind of like the sensation of everything being open to you, and just I love the proximity that I can get to things. I love flying close to the ground, and
I love the animation.
I kind of wanted to talk
jacket
about
is
it just
fierce.
because I feel like
there's
the brooms
Hagrid's
are fun for me,
house.
not just because of all those feelings
Well,
of
it's not his
exhilaration,
house in this game.
but because they're not just I have a broom and it's done. I actually kind of like some of the mechanics in it. So you see in the lower right, there's a meter there,
a blue flame.
and occasionally as Andrew's kind
Okay.
of flying up or flying down, you might notice it draining or not. And
Yeah.
and this isn't the present day where all the broom technology is well known and advanced and everything that we know and love. This is an earlier time where they're still trying to figure out. We're not
Okay.
at the 3000 yet. We're at the we're at the 11.
Oh
So
my goodness, I'm just so speechless right now
Right?
because this is just so beautiful. The world is
Right?
By the way, the
Look at the
broom is that like
forest.
the only one, or can you like?
Oh,
operate
look,
that
another
broom?
quest marker.
Yeah, so we have a shop in Hogsmeade, actually a broom shop.
Look
And so
at
that
this.
sells a variety of different brooms. And it was important to us that the player could customize themselves based on their own aesthetic. So they're purely cosmetic, but if you
Nice.
talk to the shopkeep and help him out, he'll actually sell upgrades.
Ooh,
yeah,
upgrades.
those upgrades will make it so that where normally
Oh.
the broom you can only fly, you can only go at max speed. It's kind of like a turbo meter down there. You can only go at max speed
Oh, you
without
see other
the meter going
wizards
down.
and witches in
kind
the
of closer to
village.
the ground.
Okay.
And as you raise into the air, you'll notice the meter drop. And so those
Okay.
upgrades will allow you to increase that distance from the ground. And the
okay.
broom owner at the sporting goods store in
That makes
Hogsmeade
sense.
is trying to perfect the broom and get better at it and
Yeah.
know it better. And you can participate that and get better and better brooms through that.
And I love that that mechanic encourages you to
Yeah.
actually explore the world and kind of stay close to the ground. It's not just
Yeah.
a travel mechanic, point A to point B. You're not just
But I like
flying
that.
high over everything, although it is beautiful, something I really love doing. But as well, there's lots to
So
explore on the
gorgeous.
ground, and so kind of keeping you down at the ground
And
level.
to me, it feels like it's got this kind of surfing vibe over the.
Oh my God, like I'm just like,
That's
I
like
want
the
to snatch the
ASMR.
controller from Andrew right now because I want to go to the
Right?
mountaintop, I'm going to the
Ben,
forest,
yes,
and to
yes.
that hamlet, or I don't know.
Ben talking that truth. He's spitting that real
No,
right
it's
now.
awesome. We're actually gonna land here.
Oh, I
and
was
I
right
feel
about
like,
the
I feel like that
the
you call it a
X.
hamlet is
Okay.
is just perfect just because that's
Oh.
what we refer to it as. And so we all know from lore that Hogsmeade is the only all wizarding village within Britain. But we wanted
like
other
how he
opportunities to
lands.
kind of meet other characters out here and to kind of populate the landscape, so it's not just kind of barren as you leave out this direction and that direction. And so we just
Oh,
imagine
listen
these
to the
different dwellings,
music.
these different smaller locations that wizards might live in.
You see
out
other
in the
students.
Scottish Highlands. And so it's those, and so we refer to those as
gave
hamlets, and
some
they're
money.
opportunities to learn those wizard stories, how those different locations
That
have kind of
jacket
like
is
learned to
bad,
live,
though.
what their relationships are with characters at Hogsmeade and Hogwarts. And so they're both quest opportunities out here and a chance to kind
look
of
at the
get to know more of the area, even beyond Hogwarts and Hogsmeade that we've already experienced. And you also notice on the mini-map like lots of little icons,
Yeah.
and each one of those represent gameplay in the hamlets that you can participate in. Whether it's a vendor or different puzzles and challenges or different secrets that exist.
Really?
Each one of those icons are different opportunities for gameplay. And you'll notice that same thing as we venture out into the open world as well. So when you go out into the open world and you see those icons, whether they're on the mini-map or on your map
Oh, that's
or
so
off in the distance,
cool.
those things are opportunities to say, like, I want to increase my inventory capacity.
Right.
They're puzzles left behind by old wizards, that you can solve that actually grant you those. If
wrong
you
with that
see ruins
kid?
off in the
Oh, he's
distance and you visit
practicing on
them,
his
you might
broom.
find opportunities to actually expand and learn about your ancient magic. And as you kind of encounter different enemies dotted on the landscape,
is from the summer
sometimes those
ASMR.
characters, poachers or dark wizards, might be hoarding different
He's taking
magical
a drink.
resources that are valuable to you.
Oh,
as
and
you're
you can
playing the
see
game.
there's a
each one has
Revelio
kind of like a
right
way
there.
to connect to our gameplay loops and provide different opportunities that just kind of reward you for poking around.
I mean, I ran away when I want to just cover all of those points on the map, just like I would know.
Well, we've flown on a broom already,
Oh,
but
a
there
blue
is something
flame.
that we haven't done so far, and that is getting on our flying mount. We're gonna
Flying
hop on our
mount.
Onyx Hippogriff here. The Onyx Hippogriff is our pre-order bonus.
Oh my god, he just like pops out of the back.
so
Oh wait, you
cool.
can use it as a horsey? I mean, a
Right?
horse. I mean, that is a
Right? I love being a horsey.
Yeah, as a hippogriff, you can totally ride it like a ground mount, and you can lift off into the air. And we tried to make sure that
Look at that.
each of those interactions, so the
That's
broom's
what
really
I
good
want.
at reaching
I
that
want
top
that for
speed,
Christmas.
at kind of traveling the world as quickly as possible. But sometimes it's really nice to get on the hippogriff because of that ground speed
Right.
or those transitions. And sometimes it just feels amazing just to be riding around on a hippogriff.
Right?
Yeah, it really is kind of like I don't know,
Total
it's a
Harry
great
Potter
feeling
moment.
being on it, and it's a great feeling managing those transitions, kind of going from run to fly, and just being able to
look
go
at
wherever you want.
that.
And we tried to make sure that each one of these things that you
And
can
you see all
interact
the
with
little
have
markers
a
at the
unique identity and a
bottom
reason for being.
that go by, like,
And
oh,
my god,
enemies.
like I see like different like
You saw the
areas,
enemies,
like, a
they
swampy
noticed
area.
you.
But wait, can
Oh,
you
look at the
go
forest.
to like entire map anywhere you go? There are regions that are like locked from you?
Yeah,
or,
as soon
like-
as you, there's kind of a moment
see how
where
the
the
enemy-
world kind
there's
of
stuff
opens
on
up
the
to you
map.
outside of Hogwarts as a student, and right from that moment, early on in the game, you can go wherever you want. And so you
Really?
might find more difficult challenges in different areas, and you'll see
Ah.
different spots as Andrew's moving around, like you mentioned,
Look
the
at
swamp.
that.
But there, we have got like a coast, and we've got different types of environments out
Mm-hmm.
in the world, just to kind of pepper your experience, reward you for exploring, keep things fresh.
Right.
All those things exist as we're moving around.
So cool. And I love that windmill. It's like so
Right.
rustic. Like I keep forgetting
Right.
that this is like 1800s.
Right.
The Wizarding World we've never really seen before. Like it feels so authentic. Like
It
just,
does.
It's part of it.
Oh, and
Yeah,
look, he turned
love
around.
this vista too, and I'm gonna have Andrew stop here. We're gonna use a bit of dev magic to change the seasons. Actually, I want you to see what
change
this
the
world looks like,
seasons?
covered in snow.
Yes,
Yes.
I love it.
Yes. Snow. Yeah. Of course. Snow. Wait. Oh, and now this is the picture. This is the picture.
This is so beautiful. Oh my god.
Oh my
This is
god.
so pretty. Like it looks so realistic.
Right?
Oh my
It
god, it
does.
changes the landscape like completely.
It does.
Oh my god. Does it have like actual like gameplay impact? Like impact on the gameplay? Or does it like it's just the weather of Scotland?
Right.
Yeah, we really use it as a narrative marker through
So
the
it's a
game.
narrative
so
marker.
as you're progressing through your main storyline, it was important for us to kind of like have those moments that kind of felt like when you're reading the books or watching the movies where, you know, you'll see kind of like the title card winter and now the landscape has changed and you're
Really?
really feeling that passage of time while
look.
you're a
You
student,
see the
going
balloons.
through your year
So this
in
must be
Hogwarts.
where
And I
you
think-
go on
I think we
your
wanted to
broom.
duplicate that, and for me it's really fun that it's not just on the outside, which I agree. I think it
look at
really
that.
beautiful. But within the school as well. So there are moments like when it reaches certain holidays or things like that, where Hogsmeade reacts to
Oh, you
holidays
heard, like,
and the
his,
school reacts
he
to
hit the
holidays, and you see
tree.
the decorations around those environments change. That really helped just kind of make me feel like I'm there.
Yeah, it does make
and
you
it's
feel
not
like you're
just
there.
it's not just for the seasons, those kind of vibe things. Like we have a day-night cycle, and that day-night cycle, even though similarly, like it's largely about vibe. When you go into Hogsmeade in the evening, there's less
Oh, you
characters
saw
there.
enemy
around the
quest
school, you notice it
markers.
kind of dies down and quiets down. Just
Oh,
when there's
right,
just
yeah.
candlelight and students kind of like as you're walking through the halls.
Right.
But in that day-night cycle is where we've kind of placed a few items where, whether or not you can collect them or whether or not you can interact with them that are a little bit restricted by the day-night cycle.
So, okay.
And I love Andrew's flying up here, really high up on the hippogriff.
Yeah.
And we're just
Look at
looking at
that.
this view of Hogwarts in the distance.
Right?
It's absolutely beautiful. It's part of what I love most about flying around in this game, whether it's on
Right?
a hippogriff or on the broom.
Ah,
No, I mean, you talk about going anywhere and
getting
things that you
so
can see in the
lost in
distance,
this
and that's
world.
fun. Like, I still can't
I
get
mean, that's
over
what-
like
that's what's gonna happen.
I played this so
Oh,
much,
look at
but I
that.
still
Looks so good
I
when
still
you
can't
see
get
him
over the
dive
fact
down.
that I can see Hogwarts out there, and there's just something beautiful about knowing that all of the things inside of it, the classrooms, the students, the professors, all the
Right.
places I can go, I can just fly my
Right.
hippogriff,
Right.
land in the courtyard,
Right.
enter the front doors, and just walk, to the library, to class, or to
I am
greenhouse, or to my
speechless
common
at the
room,
beauty
that it's
of
all
this.
contiguous and just kind of like one space is still exciting to me after all this
I mean,
time.
I'm just I'm speechless
and you see,
right
like,
now.
when
It's just
enemies
absolutely
notice you, like, it
beautiful.
pops
Just-
up on the screen.
As much
and
as
you
we want to
see-
spend a lot more time out here just flying around, experiencing
Right?
the world, I think this is a great
Oh,
opportunity
that looks like a
to switch
Merlin
over to
marker,
combat.
the
And last
circle
time we
thing.
gave you kind of an intro to combat. This time we're going to really go a lot more of a deep dive on using the Dark Arts Battle Arena, which is part of our deluxe edition.
Dark Arts? Oh, I can't
All right, Andrew's got us
wait.
in the Forbidden Forest, which is where the Dark Arts Battle Arena is.
Oh, really?
Which is part of the Deluxe and Digital Deluxe Edition.
I love it.
I love the way that the Dark Arts Battle Arena is actually part of the world. It's integrated into the world, so your experience is more immersive than just choosing an option from the main menu of the game or something like that.
Reason to go to the Forbidden Forest.
Exactly.
Listen to
There
the
are many
sounds
reasons
of
to
the
go to the Forbidden Forest, but he's also wearing the Dark Arts cosmetic
You
set.
see the hopping
And
toadstools and stuff.
here he's pulling out the Thestral, which is
Oh my god.
part of that Dark Arts pack from the Deluxe and Digital Deluxe Edition. So we're going full Dark Arts here.
That's good. That's what I'm doing.
But I like this
Right?
this
And
battle
you see the
arena.
flute
It is a great
flames.
place
Like,
to
there's just
show
so many
off
really cool things that I'm
really
seeing.
combat in a big way,
Right.
because it unlocks some interesting abilities for you and allows you to really play around with combat in a deep way.
Right?
And is this like the only
look.
arena like this in the game where you can like practice? And
Yeah,
do...
so in the
I'm
base
in
game
love.
we have 2 combat arenas normally, and so everyone has access to those.
Really?
And each of the combat arenas are an opportunity to kind of just go through a difficult combat challenge, fight through multiple waves, in order to
look at the door.
earn a different cosmetic for your character and add that to your collection.
I love that smooth transition.
In the case of that's no different than the Dark Arts Battle Arena. That's also true, the combat arena. But one of the things that we're excited about in the Dark Arts Battle Arena that people can do is you come in preloaded with different abilities. So the unforgivable curses are something that everyone's going to have access to through the base game and going to be able to earn, and they can make choices.
Oh, you can
in
see
order
the
to kind of
spells.
like add that to their repertoire, and they
but
can
they
also
blurred
commit
them
that
out.
down with certain talents and things like that. When you
No
play the Dark Arts
peeking.
Combat Arena, you actually have access to all those things as kind of like a way to test them all. And so it's a chance to kind of like tour and play with the Dark Arts and decide whether or not that is a path that you kind of want to go down.
Gotcha.
But
So where
yeah,
you can
everyone has the
experiment
same
with
ability
spells.
to explore the Dark Arts. This is just kind of like a way of previewing.
And again,
Okay.
a great place for us to show off combat in general. So I think we're gonna jump in here. Andrew's gonna start battling, and we can start talking about everything you're seeing on the screen.
All right.
Damn.
Oh, they just about the cadavers right away. Oh my god.
Damn.
We're starting off strong.
Oh my god. Was that
It has a lasting effect.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so that you'll notice right away, like when we used Avada Kedavra, that guy's health bar went from instant to 0, and we
Oh, and
really are
look, you
trying
notice
to
the halo is a
honor
different
the way
color.
Avada Kedavra works in the game, even in some pretty extreme situations.
Oh, this looks so cool.
You'll notice that like the meter takes up a lot longer to
Yeah, a little
kind
cooldown.
of build up as a way to kind of deal with its extreme power. Just that
I
it's still
love like the
fun to
spells.
use,
Like
and then
you
there's some
see
ways
what they
that we'll probably
are.
talk about to adjust that.
But
I don't know. I don't know if
really
there's things on the
smooth.
screen that you just have questions about.
Well, like I see like little blue things popping from
Yeah.
the enemies. Also, before like that sign. Well, it's like
you see the
so
little
in the community, we call it the ancient magic sign. I don't know if that's how it's called in the game.
So you can
So the
dodge
community
away
is
from
astute.
enemies
So
and stuff.
on the development side and in player-facing the game, we reference that as
Hell
the ancient
yeah.
magic community.
Oh, so it is ancient magic.
Oh,
That is,
yeah. Well,
so
confirmation.
as your abilities in the game keep growing and you become exposed to some of the secrets about your own kind of history and your own
Oh, yeah, you
your
can
own
block
abilities,
attacks. That's so cool.
You start unlocking new powers. So one of those powers, you'll see the
So
R1 button
cool.
appearing throughout the game. That's an ancient magic throw, we call it, that allows you to kind of like draw an object to you and fling it at an enemy.
Okay.
But whenever you see the R1 or the L1 plus R1 appear over somebody's head, that's an ability to cast a very devastating and powerful ancient magic spell to do a ton of damage against the character.
I see.
And
Gotcha.
the way that manifests itself depends on the type of enemy that you're fighting.
Okay.
And you'll see a wide variety of enemies in here that are
Nice.
pressuring the player in different ways. You'll notice there's
Damn.
abilities that kind of bubble up under the player as he's fighting that force him to move. And there's different ways that we want the player to kind of move around on the battlefield. And that's actually a good link to the ancient magic meter in general. And the reason I say that is because as you're doing different things in combat, you're Portegoing and you're doing different abilities and you can kind of spec into it with your talents. There are different
that's
ways
so
to get that
cool.
meter to build faster and faster. So one of the most effective base ways to build up that meter fast, that way you can launch these devastating attacks whenever you want to, is to actually perform combos. So you see that combo appearing, and it's almost like your emotions are building up, and then basically that builds up enough that you can attack someone. But as the combo meter builds up, at some point you strike someone, and a piece of their magic kind of falls out of them. You'll see these blue orbs in the game world, and there's something that only you can see in the narrative in the world.
So
and
when
it's
the
another
goblins
reason to
come
move
at
around
you,
on the
a
battlefield.
different
If you
halo
can go up and
appears.
collect those things and suck them in, they give big jumps to that ancient magic meter as we're playing.
Oh.
Talking a lot about spells
look like they
and
can
magic here,
teleport.
but I think there's another huge component of combat, and that is the tools that you can bring to combat as well to kind of change the way you play. And I think Mekenzy knows a lot about what's going on with the plants and potions.
Yeah.
And so the tools are really interesting because they're basically like a prior investment. So you can bring the potions and the plants that you grow in the Room of Requirement to
Right.
combat to essentially kind of help you defeat enemies a lot quicker
Okay.
and more efficiently. So some of the tools that you'll see here are like the rock skin potion. So that is something that basically
rock
covers your
skin,
skin
okay.
in this like rocky material that reduces the incoming damage that you're receiving. So
here
against
come
big
a
enemies,
troll.
hard-hitting enemies like trolls, that's super helpful.
Oh my god, she's just destroying. The troll just collapsed from whatever the kid did.
Damn.
Obviously, we have the Wiggenweld potion as well, which increases your health. And then we have the focus potion.
Oh, that's
so when
so
Alan
cool.
talks about having to balance Avada Kedavra with a long cooldown, because obviously it's an instant kill, one thing that you could do is brew a focus potion, and that will
Oh, that's
increase
cool.
how
I like how
quickly
you can
your,
do that.
your cooldowns regain.
Okay.
Right. Oh my god, there's just so much like versatility, like in what
Yeah.
the character is doing to the troll right now. Like he's
Right?
just bouncing around the arena. He's like not, and the troll makes him move around too. It's like
And I love that our plants are violent.
Yes,
Right?
and so that's like when we're talking about the setup of the arena. You also have plants that you can fight with, and so we have things like the venomous tentacula
So
that
you
you
can
can
be
put down,
poison
and it acts like a
ivy,
turret, and it
yes!
just kind of shoots enemies around the battlefield.
that is
I
so
noticed that-
cool.
that
This is
when
like
you
a
moved
truly
that,
like
the troll
Hufflepuff
waited
way
until
to
you were done moving to
the
swing
battle.
at you.
Yes.
No, that was super
Oh,
important to
that
us. So
is
there were
so
these like
dope.
multiple ways, and so you can see there's a ton of different things you can use. The Mandrake is one, so you can pull it out and it stuns with its like piercing cry these enemies in a radius.
And another thing I want to call out that we're seeing on the side of the screen here is these dueling feats, which I love because I love anything that prompts me to play a game in a different way, a unique way. I don't want to get stuck in my style.
Oh, you see
know?
the enemies are fighting each
and
other.
so this is a way to, if you want to get stuck in your style, go for it. If you just want to blast people with spells, go for it. But we also want to
Whoa,
have
you saw
some
that?
things over here that may make you use certain plants or certain potions or block more or
Yeah, we mentioned the field guide challenges in the prior stream, and the field guide challenges, this is the way that the field guide manifests like challenges for you to do in combat. And exactly to your point, we just wanted a way to encourage players to explore the different systems, to help them decide, to just kind of practice with them and explore what they want to be, because there really are so many different ways that you can push talents. When you
Right.
see the green X's on characters,
That's right.
and that's kind of through your talents you can unlock this kind of cursing mechanic that sort of like links the fates of these different characters on the battlefield. That
Really?
way, as you get as you're cursing different characters,
Right.
they all begin sharing damage. And so we have
Oh.
things like Avada Kedavra, which is the insta-kill, but if you curse everyone before you insta-kill this one guy, they can all drop dead for that kind of ultimate
Hell
Voldemort fantasy. And so
Oh my god.
there are dark arts fantasies. There's
Right.
fantasies about being more of a defense against the dark arts characters, things
Damn.
like that. That misty step that you see occasionally being used on the
Oh,
battlefield,
I like
and we
that.
can also spec
So you
into
can
our
use,
potions
like,
and
more like
plants to make them
elemental.
more powerful and more efficacious. So it's
Wow.
all about which type of player you feel like you are, and whether or not you want to play with prep, on the
Right.
fly, or with deliberation, and those are all different options.
That is so cool because like it's like I see so much like
Nice.
going on the stream, just so much complexity,
There's
and
so
I
much.
want to just try it myself, like which style works best. I mean, I feel like it's the dark arts is going to be the easiest route, but
You're
Right.
that
our
ancient
audience.
magic, to be honest, feels like much more powerful than just the dark arts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair.
And speaking of
Ben's
plants and
right.
potions, we are going to be putting the dark arts away, put those unforgivable
Aw.
curses away,
Aw.
and heading to the Room of Requirement, which is your home within
Oh.
Hogwarts, a personalizable space that actually has some utility as well, where you get to brew
combat
things
was
and
really
grow
cool.
things. And also care for some beasts.
I love it.
All right, Andrew's got us in the room of requirement, wearing, we kind of went casual mode on the outfit here, wearing a nice jumper.
Right.
And I think that's a good jumping off point for the personalization of the space as well. Not just your character and the visuals of your character, but actually this space is a place that you can make your own.
Yeah, it was super important to us that this space really did feel like your reflection as a wizard. So you can change the architecture in here.
What?
Really?
Different themes throughout, starkly different themes, to
Really?
really just hammer home that this is yours. You
Oh
can
my
change-
God! What? This is beautiful. We never expected that to be. Oh my God.
That's the thing, is not only can you change the architecture here, but you can actually conjure little objects into this space, as you can see. So
cool.
there's like statues that you can do, and ornaments, and tables, and rugs, and just a bunch of little things that
That's actually really
flesh out
cool.
the space and bring it to life.
Oh my goodness, because like we had an idea that those places where you brew stuff, that's where you can change, but you can do all of this. Where do you even get this stuff? Like, there's a furniture store?
Yeah, so we call them conjurations. And the conjuration
Conjurations,
recipes
okay.
can be purchased at Tomes and Scrolls in Hogsmeade.
Okay.
But also, as you engage in different types of gameplay throughout the world, you'll be rewarded.
And
with,
look like you can
different objects.
transfigure
So
stuff.
cool. And you change color?
Right.
You can change the color, you can change the size of it, and you can place it basically anywhere.
Oh my God, it's so tiny.
Right.
It's like for Baby Niffler.
Right.
And I love how the system too is designed. It's not mechanical; it's immersive, and so you get
Right.
the magical effect of conjuring it in, and you're actually doing this in the world as your character, but the way you've
Like the
blended
shelves
like that
glow.
gameplay with the
I
immersive
love that.
design.
Oh,
of
you can
personalizing
okay.
the
Oh my
space.
God, like, and I love the animation, how it like
sorry I'm not
appears,
talking,
you know,
guys.
like
I'm
it's
just
not just like
transfixed.
there, it's like it almost like it apparates.
It is really quite beautiful, and that was the thing, is we wanted that to look really nice because the magic in the wizarding world is
go further up the
everywhere. It's
stairs.
physical, it's kinetic, and it's whimsical. And we really wanted to nail that whimsy in this space. Another thing that I wanted to discuss is that not only can you like conjure things and you can change their look, but you can do that with the utility objects as well. So you can see that we have planting pots and potion stations, and you can change the look of those
Oh,
as
wow.
well. And these are the areas where, as we had mentioned previously, you'll be growing your plants, you'll be brewing your potions.
Right.
So while you're also doing these like kind of nurturing based activities, this is also the space where you would bring your gear to be identified and gear to have like rates put on it, which I believe Alan can
Gear
talk
to
to.
identify.
Yeah.
Okay.
We keep bringing up appearance and how it looks, and
Right.
And on a, like in the game, you can look like anything you want to whenever you want to. But the player will be finding different types of gear, that we call it, as you progress through the game. And essentially, we just know that clothes and different items in the wizarding world can have different magical properties.
Okay.
And as you explore and as you adventure and as you defeat enemies, you're going to be finding different pieces of gear that have different abilities.
Okay.
And that can help you in your journey and are a major part of you kind of growing as a wizard and advancing as a wizard. And so
There's a huge list.
Right?
and not all the time, whenever you get a new piece of gear, you don't necessarily know exactly what it does.
Okay.
And so there's a station inside of the room of requirement that you can conjure. It's one of the first things you conjure, called an identification station, where you can actually bring
So-
that gear that you're uncertain about and learn what its abilities are.
Right, yeah, that's so cool.
Oh, that's
And
so,
then
and you
as
see
the space
owl
advances
there.
even further, and the space will eventually grow its own
All of
rooms,
the
and you're going to get
owls.
new recipes, like Mackenzie's talking about.
but he
All these
didn't do
different things keep
anything with
expanding,
it.
and as it expands, eventually you're going to earn what we see here, which is called a loom. And when you set up a loom, it's an ability to essentially customize exactly which magical properties are on your gear and take any piece of gear and adjust its properties
kinda like
and tweak what
runes.
it does.
Like in
And
Dragon
I
Age,
mentioned earlier
okay.
that you can make anything look like anything. The collection of appearances, we call it, or cosmetics, we've been referring to it in
Right.
this stream. Those types of things you can use, and you can apply a look to any other look. So if you get a piece of gear, you put it on, you look like that, but you can change it to look like whatever you want.
Gotcha.
So cool.
That
And,
is
and like
yeah.
you can just put some ability to the sweater, but then you can just swap
Yeah.
that ability.
Yep, and the appearances you can
Yes.
edit whenever you want in the gear screen. The loom is specifically about applying traits and applying larger upgrades that just kind of grant you greater statistical advantage or give you really
show you
specific
defense,
abilities
offense,
that
those kind of
blend in
things.
nicely with where you're trying to go with your combat fantasy or talents and things like that.
Okay.
Interesting. I'm just seeing that they're just like pumpkin fur,
Yes.
fur. Where does that come from?
Yes.
Yeah, and so you'll notice that the ingredients that are used to add traits and to upgrade your gear are based around beasts. So this is where we get into the beast care section,
Okay.
which is inside this
Into the
vivarium.
menagerie we go.
Kind of bigger space on the inside idea. And so you
I
can see
noticed
here we
how-
have a couple of beasts out. We have a graphorn and a mooncalf and a niffler and a measel as well. So quite a
Right, a
variety.
measle.
Oh my
like,
God, he's just
and you
like
see
a
the
big
moon
puppy.
calf. Like, oh,
They're
I
so
love their
cute.
cuddling. Oh my God, they're together. Oh, that's so
Right.
cute.
They're adorable. And so part of
Right.
beast care is petting them as well, but feeding them too. And so
yes,
once you
we
do
can
those
pet
things, that's when
them.
they feel safe enough that they'll give you their magical ingredients. So mooncalf fur, niffler fur,
So they
etc.,
give you
that
their
can then be
magical
used in your
ingredients.
gear.
That is like so like intuitive because like you know that makes sense because when you touch the animals you get some fur leftovers.
Right.
That's so.
oh,
my
the
God.
niffler.
Yeah, we really want to hammer home the
cute.
fact that this
I
is
didn't
like
mean
a
to
home
sing.
that you're making for
But-
them.
oh
so
my God, so cute.
in the
And you're
overland, you can
brushing the
find
little
these beast
niffler.
dens and rescue these beasts. Part of doing so is brushing them and feeding them food as well,
It steals your
and to
brush.
build that relationship with your beast. In addition to be able to care for beasts, you can actually conjure things in this space as well.
Really?
The house, the cottage.
Yeah,
oh,
right.
look.
And so we have like a lot of little ornaments in this area, and a lot of them are purely cosmetic, but they look really cool. Again, it's the
You
personalization
saw that?
of this space.
Oh my goodness! No, this is like I'm gonna spend 8 hours just designing this whole area to personalize. This is like cool. It's like you have this little play area, like a personalized fish tank, so to say.
Yeah, it
Just
is like
for
a
the
personal
creatures.
fish tank.
I love it.
Yeah, no, totally.
Oh, look.
And there's like a decoration aspect, but there's also, we were saying inside as well, is there's a utility aspect to it too.
Okay.
So as you progress in the game and you're able to purchase more conjurations, you're able to speed up your process. So one of them, for example, is the food processor, which allows for the beast in the space to automatically get feed, so you don't have to do it manually. And so you're really building the progression for yourself here.
Oh, that's so cool.
In addition, there's also a toy box where you can,
Yeah.
where you can play with your beasts.
Oh, that is
You'll
so
see here,
cool.
yeah. So you can, there's a bunch of toys in it, and each beast has their own favorite toys. So as you
Right.
can imagine, the mooncalf really likes the moon ball, or the neasel as like a little cat really likes to chase the yarn ball.
Oh,
with the
I
Right.
like that.
They're
That
super
is so
cute.
cute.
Oh my God.
Watching them, it's so cute.
Right?
And the big thing we really wanted to
And you
hammer
see the little
home
mooncalf
is
run
that
up.
the world is a dangerous place. And so by going and rescuing these beasts and bringing them back here and caring for them, you're really helping them out. There's poachers in the overland who hunt these beasts for their material. So instead, you're caring for them. You're giving them a home.
That is so dope.
Oh my goodness.
Look how cool that is.
Gigantic.
Right?
But he looks like my dog. He looks like my dog right now for sure.
So cute.
You could actually name them as well. So like your dog.
Yeah, that is so
So
cool.
getting back into that personalization, you know, yeah, we didn't want you to just like throw in, oh, here's a graphorn in here. Like
Right.
this can be named whatever Andrew's about to name them. Bruce.
Bruce.
It's a good
Okay.
name.
You know,
Sure.
we've created this really nice space, and you can get additional
Well,
variants
there's Bruce, the
to
graphorn.
different kind of aesthetics
I
and
would've
looks
called him
to
Ned, but,
where
you know.
you're keeping
Yeah.
your beasts and caring for them.
Progression is a big part of this space as well.
Oh,
So
that is so
as you progress
cool.
through the story, you will unlock more of a vivarium. So as you can see, this one's quite meadow themed, big,
yeah.
open, bright.
More
But there's other
vivariums?
ones, say like a swamp that you might encounter. And it's really a visual effect to and more space for
Really?
you.
Oh, so it's like those. So when we're inside the room requirement, there's like on the left, there's that moon
Yeah.
glow from one entrance and then some shrubbery going on in the right. Is that what you're talking about?
Yep, that's exactly it.
Ah.
Nice.
Oh, you put
Thank
trees
you.
in here too. Oh my
Right?
goodness.
Thank you, Ben, for asking
and another
questions.
thing with the beast care that I think is great, tying back to this same kind of thing that you did with like the broom, where the broom is not just a method of travel, it's actually built in and integrated into the world. In the same way, like beast care isn't just this added element. You're not just throwing it on top. There's really this like narrative and
that's so
integration
cool.
to
Yeah, everything connects. So as you progress through the missions, you'll expand the space. As you earn resources, you'll go into Hogsmeade and use them to
that is so cool.
unlock the gameplay here and unlock new
transfiguration, look at
configurations and
that.
different things to play around with in the open world. It's in those different environments, like the different combat and conflicts and bandit camps and different things like that exist in the overland. Those things are what hold recipes that exist in the loom. So all these things have a way of connecting. Moonstone that you find out in the world is the resource that we use to conjure everything. That's found throughout the world. Forgeables are used for recipes. So really everything's like a cycle and keeps you coming back.
But even with the story that's being told too, I think people know who Poppy is and that she has a particular affinity for beasts.
Yeah, I mean, I think everything we're seeing here, you're going to be venturing out into the world.
Can we bring our classmates
And this is just
here?
kind of the tip of the iceberg, even of kind of like your interactions with beasts in that narrative. So, you bringing up Poppy, there are more kind of mysteries to discover and things to discover out in the world that have to do with her and that have to do with caring for beasts. And so different characters have their own stuff that just kind of make this all just kind of like the beginning of your journey.
Right.
Well, we could spend hours in here, but we're gonna have to end the stream now. What do you think about what you've seen today?
I mean, I'm just so blown away by how beautiful it looks. The open world seems so detailed and there's so many things to do, and like the combat, we're gonna spend like 2 weeks or more just breaking it down by pieces. There's just so much to this world. Like I'm so happy you guys did this overall gameplay.
Right.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg. We've got more for you to discover and find on your own. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching.
Of course.
Hogwarts Legacy is available for pre-order now. It releases February 10th with 72-hour early access for owners of the Collector's, Deluxe, and Digital Deluxe Edition.
Yeah.
We're gonna wrap things up, but first we've got a little surprise for you. Bye.
I like you said, surprise, bye. Oh my God. Is that Dumbledore's office? Okay, we have to stop this now. Hold on. Oh my God. Okay. I'm gonna need to stop all of this. Oh my goodness. My goodness. There's so much to talk about. Okay, hold on. I am trying to stop everything I am witnessing. Okay. Okay, so I need to collect myself after seeing so much good stuff and learning more about Poppy, which I like how they touched on her to say like there's more to it than just, oh, it's just that you learn about it, but there's more to her story. So that means there's more to the other classmates or companion storylines as well. And they said this is just the tip of the iceberg. And honestly, I am blown away. Thank you guys so much at Avalanche. Oh my God, this is more than any of us could have asked for. Even though the game got delayed, as you can clearly see, it is worth the wait. Oh my goodness. But what do you guys think? Did you enjoy this like I enjoyed this? And if you did, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and leave me a comment in the comment section down below. We must discuss this amazing, amazing gameplay showcase. But I gotta go hack this up and look and see what I missed while we were seeing everything and just in awe of everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to live, think, and dream big. Choose love over fear, and I will see you on the flip side. But until then, bye! And once again, because like I always tell you guys, I'm corny. Mischief manage. Bye.